The main dialogue meeting on the first day of the Doha Forum focused on developments in effort to resolve the Yemeni crisis and talked about the most prominent problems hindering mediation and undermining the peace process. Speakers at this session considered Yemen to be at a crossroad, facing political problems amid the reshaping of the region. This report has more details.
The main dialogue session on the first day of Doha Forum focused on developments in efforts to resolve the Yemeni crisis. The forum discussed the most prominent challenges hindering mediation and undermining the peace process. Speakers at the session considered Yemen to be at a crossroads, facing political obstacles amidst the reshaping of the region. Participants in the dialogue session held on Saturday included Yemeni Minister of Foreign Affairs and Hans Grundberg, the United Nations Secretary General's Special Envoy to Yemen.
I believe that the root causes in Yemen are so deep, and they are linked to the social, economic and historic past. And so all the problems in Yemen and all the facts they're facing are due to continuous conflicts. There might be time intervals, long or short, between one and the other, but they are one after the other.
The speakers emphasized the importance of finding a political solution to end the Yemeni conflict, which requires a ceasefire to allow the commencement of a political process.
I think there needs to be a careful concept of what mediation actually is. Mediation requires impartiality, and there are very, very few actors or stakeholders that can uphold impartiality. So when you have regional member states who try to support conflict resolution, this is also in line with their own national interests. So what you see in Yemen right now is a coordination and attempt by the regional countries surrounding Yemen to try to support Yemen in stabilizing the situation there. And that is in support of the mediation that is run at this moment from the United Nations. That generates a fairly complicated environment for any mediation, because it means that you have a number of stakeholders that get involved into the conflict resolution. And it can only work if the main mediating body, in this case the United Nations, has well-established relationship and trustworthy relationship with these stakeholders.
They explained that addressing the dimensions of the conflict in Yemen necessitates a comprehensive political approach, beginning with a genuine will on the part of all parties to reach a permanent settlement. They pointed out that any viable political process must be built on an inclusive dialogue that encompasses all active forces, including political and social groups and the internal opposition, to ensure broad representation and thus legitimize any future agreement.